Hello there. Welcome to Anybody Can Code C++ series. So if you're new to this series, you can click on the card that's above to check out our previous videos. Hello there. Welcome to the ABC series of C++ from Facebook. So in the previous episode, I had asked you to practice on a lot of functions what you can write on your own, and I had also told you how to write a function on your own, right? So be it a complex one or a simple one. So we had also planned and written things like power function and factorial of a function. But in the end, I have also told you that there is a concept called as recursive function, which will come in very handy when it comes to complex problems or complex coding problems, right? So if you have understood the systematic approach of functions, okay, recursive function should be a piece of cake for you guys. So in this episode of ABC series, I'll be telling you what exactly a recursive function is, and I'll also be showing you a recursive function based on a practical approach. And you can do a lot of experimentation based on this, and you'll ace it within no time, right? So, what exactly is a recursive function? So, a recursive function is a function which calls itself to do certain operations. Okay, so let's say inside a power function, I have one more function, and that is nothing but power function again. Okay, so this might seem a little silly, guys, but that is what exactly recursive function is. So a function inside a function or a function calling itself. Okay, a lot of function can be there inside one function. But if that function is nothing but the same function calling itself, it is called as a recursive function. Okay, so how does the syntax look like for this particular recursive function? Right. So the syntax will remain the same, guys, whatever you had seen in the normal functions, but the only change is the function calling itself, right? So you can see over here, it has got a return type, right? It has got a function name, it has got arguments, it has got a body, right? So inside this particular body, if you have a function call to the same function, to this particular function again, it is called as a recursive function. So I'll explain you each and every step of a recursive function based on a practical example. So we'll take the same example what we had solved in the previous video, guys. So if you had not seen the video, please do have a look at the video and come back to this one so that you'll have a clear cut clarity, right? So that is nothing but finding a factorial of a number. Okay, so to make it very much convenient, I've taken a very simple number, that is 5 factorial. So I believe you already know the answer for 5 factorial, that is nothing but 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, or you can simply say it as 120, right? But the basic funda is, can you split this 5 factorial? So yes, okay, so it can be split as 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, but are there any other ways in which you can write this down, right? So definitely there is one way, that is 5 into 4 factorial. So if you try to analyze this, okay, the numbers whichever are there after 4 into, that is nothing but 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, or simply you can call it as 4 factorial, right? So can you split 4 factorial? Yes, you can split 4 factorial as 4 into 3 factorial, right? Similarly, 3 factorial can be split as 3 into 2 factorial. 2 factorial can be split as 2 into 1 factorial. And finally, 1 factorial can be split as 1 into 0 factorial. So you should also be knowing that 0 factorial is not 0, but 0 factorial is 1. Right. So based on these concepts, guys, we will try to write the recursive function for this factorial function. So what happens is when this returns, 0 factorial is 1, right? So 1 into 1 is 1. So this product will be sent to this particular 1 factorial. So 1 into 1 was 1. So this will be 1. So 1 into 2 is 2. Okay, it will be coming here. Okay, it'll return, right? So 2 into 3 is 6. Okay, it'll come here. 6 4s are 24. Okay, it comes over here. Okay, 4, 24 and uh, into 5. Okay, you'll be getting the final answer, right? So that is exactly you'll be how exactly you'll be writing the codes. Okay, this was a basic logic which you had to understand. So let me just take you across to the platform. So here what I'll be doing is I'll just scan the number from the user. Okay, I'll ask the user to give me the input. So let the variable name be a and let it be integer type. Okay, and here I'll just be writing a function called as factor, the same function what I had taken last time, right? So I'll be passing a over here. So I'll write the function before main so that I don't have to declare the function over here. Okay, and it has to return something to the main, right? So I'll be taking it as int return type, and function name will be facto, and the data type of the parameter what I'll be passing is integer, and the parameter what I'll be passing is a. Okay, or you can take any other name also, that does not matter. And inside this I'll be writing my function. So let me just clear out the spaces over here. So inside this function, okay, what I'll do is I'll take one variable called as fact, okay, and I'll initialize it to one. And if my value, okay, if my value that is a or x according to this function, right? So x equal to 0. Okay, so if my x equal to 0, which means that the user has given the input as 0. So I'm supposed to calculate the factorial of 0. So factorial of 0 is 1, right? So I'm supposed to return the value of 1 to the main. Okay, else, okay, if the user has given anything else other than your 0, okay, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to return something. Okay, and what is it exactly supposed to return? It is supposed to return, okay, x into, okay, x into facto of x minus 1. Okay, so this is the same logic what I had told you in the slide guys. So you had seen, right? So 5 factorial can be written as 5 into 4 factorial, right? So same way I've written here. If I'm passing 5, this will be 5. X will be 5 into 4 factorial. Okay, so how do I find the 4 factorial? Facto of 5 minus 1, that is 4, right? So again it will come back over here. So this is a repetition of the function. So this is a function call for the same function facto. You can see it over here, right? So this is it, guys. So as I told, it's really simple, right? So you don't have to write any loops. It's just a function calling itself, and appropriate answers will be displayed accordingly. And you can see that I'm not putting any braces over here because I just have one line, okay, after the if and else condition. So if you just have one line, you don't have to put the braces. Automatically that one line will be considered. Okay, so and yeah, we have finished the code. Okay, so scenes here, yeah, everything is done. So let's just check what exactly the compiler has to say. So as I told in the functions concept, you will be facing certain errors. Okay, so you don't have to break your heads. You'll have to solve it in a calm way. Okay, so here one small mistake, okay, or error what I deliberately did is, in the previous video if you had seen, I had taken this variable fact, right? So but I had not used it anywhere, right? So in this particular code I have not used it anywhere, so it is not required for us. uh, X, it is being passed by my main method. Okay, a is actually being passed, but when it comes to this particular function I have named it as x. Okay, this is called as formal parameter, and whatever is being actually passed, it is called as actual parameter. So actual parameter over here is a, and formal parameter over here is x. Okay, so now let's just try to run the code and check what exactly happens. Okay, so it is asking us to give us an input, so let's give 5. So click here. Okay, let's give 5 and check what exactly it gives as the answer. So you can see it is giving us the answer as 120. Let me just slide this here. Okay, so you can see there are no loops over here. There are no things which are very complex. Okay, there's a function calling itself, and while it returns the values accordingly, and appropriate procedures will be done. Right, so this is a basic of the basic example of a recursive function, guys. A lot of complex codes can be solved using recursive functions. Very complex codes can also be solved. So let it be like finding a power of a number, or finding sum of n natural numbers. So a lot of functions like this can be created in a recursive pattern, right? So I hope you've understood this concept, guys. So this will be the end of the basic of the basic things, and the necessities what are required for you to code anything in C++. So in the next few videos of mine, I'll be telling you how exactly you'll be implementing the concept of OOPS. Okay, so object oriented programming concepts. Okay, so the main difference between C and C++ is OOPS, right? So C, we cannot implement your object oriented programming concepts. Okay, but when it comes to C++ and all other higher advanced languages, you'll be able to implement this oops concept, and that is exactly why they are very very easy and very very efficient when it comes to coding, right? So we will be having a look at all the things when it comes to oops concept. But so far, I hope you have understood what function is and what a recursive function is. Please do experiment on this, guys, because you can understand coding only when you practice coding. So till then,
Hope you liked the video. Do not forget to subscribe and do click on the bell icon so that you get notified when the further videos are released. And also check out our Instagram page and WhatsApp broadcast services. The links are in the description below.